Toon, Toon Jam, Toon, Toon Jam,
Toon, 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 toon.
Toon, Toon Jam, Toon, Toon Jam, Toon, 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 Toon Jam, Toon, 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 Toon Jam, Toon, 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 Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome to Toon Jam. I'm Matt.
And I'm J-Man.
And today we are heading into the world of video games once more to visit the much previously talked about Captain N, the Game Master.
Yes.
A little bit of info about Captain N, the Game Master. It's an American-Canadian animated television series that aired on television from 1989 to 1991. So very, very late 80s, very early 90s.
Yeah.
It was part of the Saturday morning cartoon lineup on NBC. The show was produced by Deke Animation City. Remember Deke from many toy-fueled episodes plus video games. Incorporated elements from many of the most popular video games of the time from the Japanese company Nintendo. There was also a comic book version by Valiant Comics, despite only featuring characters from the games produced by Nintendo. The show is also part of an hour-long block in Season 2 with Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 and with Super Mario World in Season 3, and a half-hour block. Also featured, I believe, Zelda. The fun fact for today is that Captain N first appeared in Nintendo Power Magazine, known as Captain Nintendo.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's go from that into memories. Okay, so I think we've talked about this before. Had you ever seen Captain N, the Game Master before?
Nope.
Neither had I.
Memories.
But we have seen many of the programs that were featured on it.
Yeah.
Particularly in later seasons. And we've watched them on for this as well.
Yeah.
So I was very excited to go and visit it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wanted to check it out.
Yeah. Just assuming it was a heap of trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with that in mind, let us run to our playthrough of episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of Captain
Kevin
N.
in Gameland. Or something
Kevin
like
in Gameland. In Videoland.
that. Videoland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rewind. Playthrough.
Well, there's many Nintendo characters that we all know and love.
Yeah.
And in this show, they all kind of live in a joint universe, separated by warp pipes.
It's like 7 worlds, isn't there?
Yeah. And there's a princess at the top of this, which is classic Nintendo style. And basically the world is falling apart. She's got some helpers. She's got Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
Yeah.
She's got Pip from Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
She's got Mega Man.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to help her out, but it just seems like the world is in chaos. And the most evil character of all, it's the Mother Brain. Yeah, and she is pretty scary. Scary
she's
looking.
like a giant brain in a big glass
tank thing.
But then like her face is just like some nerves or something.
Yeah, it's like just pulled face skin. Like,
weird.
Very weird, very frightening. And she's basically on the cusp of just turning the whole place evil. Yeah. But luckily,
the fabled and profited.
Yeah, the hero has come to save the day in the form of cool jacket wearing Kevin, who's at home playing his Nintendo.
And it's like varsity jacket with an N.
And on which, because his name is Kevin, like, and it's not Captain Nintendo anymore.
No,
it's like
whatever his school is. Nintendo High.
Nintendo High. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Maybe it's never know.
Yeah.
Never know. He's just playing his game. He's just playing his NES. He's just getting down. He's just chilling out. His mum's calling him for dinner.
He's happy.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Like he's never played it before.
Yeah.
His dog comes in. He gives him a bit of a scruff. He's having a laugh.
His dog, lovely dog.
Yeah,
a Labrador with a painted eye.
That's it. I mean, you know,
like a real painted.
Yeah, dog. Like actually, like
I don't know why they picked that dog type thing. Great,
good choice, Kev.
Yeah.
He's just playing his game, but suddenly something happens with his controller, and lightning bolts that are very cartoonly drawn. They come out of the screen, and Kevin is transported. Well, the whole room starts shaking, and we get a whole whoa situation. Kevin is sucked into Gameland,
and that's just the intro.
Whoa.
We've not even got into the episode yet.
No, because that happens once more when you watch the episode. The exact same footage.
Yes.
So Kevin arrives in Gameland, and he, at the start he pretty much wants to leave.
He pretty much they're like, "Oh, you're the fabled hero," and he's like, "Bye." And so the princess goes up to a room and cries.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Wait, she's pretty hot."
Yeah, he's well.
Yeah, and then he turns around to go out of the portal, and his mum's like, "Kevin, have you put the trash out?"
Oh, no, that's not yet. That's later.
Oh, is it?
He turns around to go through the portal, and then just walks into a wall.
Oh yeah, the portal disappears. Yeah. So then he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm staying for a bit. I need to find a way for me to get home."
Yeah.
And so the rest of them are like, "Oh, I don't know who this kid is.
Yeah.
What's going on?" But you know,
they're not happy with him. They're like, "You're not a hero."
Yeah. It doesn't take long for them to figure out that they pretty much need his help.
Yeah.
He also happens to have a NES controller as a belt buckle.
Oh yeah.
That
and he carries around the gun.
Yeah, from Duck Hunt or whatever.
It's like the little Nintendo pistol.
Yeah. And soon enough, they're basically on the track to like fight Mother Brain and her cronies.
Well, she gets kidnapped, doesn't she, by like the cronies.
Yeah, the cronies. There's like an aubergine man.
Yeah,
it's like an eggplant
wizard.
Yeah.
So he's from Kid Icarus.
Yeah, and then there's like a boxer.
Yeah,
from Punch Out. Yeah,
something like.
Yeah.
I'll go through the characters in a bit.
Yeah.
We'll cover that.
And they're basically Mother Brain's like henchmen. Like, they seem to be doing all the work. And so they've got to go and get the princess, but Kevin, being a pro gamer, he knows the route there. He's like, look,
all about
they get the map out, and he's like, look, we go through this portal, it goes over here to Metroid Land, and that's how we get there. But Simon Belmont, who is not happy about the advances he's making on the princess, which he's made none of so far.
Simon Belmont is a grade A douchebag.
Yes,
like constantly hitting on the princess.
Yeah,
constantly thinks he's amazing. He's like a malicious Peter Perfect from Wacky Races.
He's definitely the least likable character in the show. And I mean, Mother Brain is just skin in the jar. So let that tell you how fun he is. So they basically have to go through the portals. They go through the different warps in order to advance and get around where they're going. They go through the warp that Belmont is convinced takes them there, and they end up in Donkey Kong Land. Essentially.
I suppose this is where you start to realise when this was made, because Donkey Kong isn't like the Donkey Kong we know now.
No,
he's the old Donkey Kong, and he's actually giant. Yeah,
he's huge.
And he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
as well. He's angry ape.
Yeah, and he's taking a bath, I think.
He's taking a bath.
Just an ape taking a bath, giant ape, and they've got to try and get around and out of where they're going. Luckily, they managed to avoid his attacks, and they race up a mountain, which is where onto a volcano that's ready to explode.
It's where he starts using the powers of his Nintendo gear.
And he presses pause, and it actually pauses everything around. Yeah, except for them. And so they sit on some little boulders, and then they rocket them out into another world. And they eventually get to Metroid Land, and they've got to go through all the Metroid tunnels. He uses his gun to shoot down all the weird bat things and bits and pieces that come towards him. And
he takes down loads with his gun.
Yeah.
His gun's just like
one shot.
Yeah, one shot, no worries. And he's like, this is it now.
Yeah.
I'm king of the world.
Yeah, he's pro. He's pretty pro, Kevin is. They open that hatch into where the princess is, jump in, and immediately crush what looks like Bowser.
Yeah.
Like in like a split second,
yeah.
with no reference. And they save the princess, and she's pretty obviously happy about being rescued.
Yeah.
And then they make their way into Mother Brain's lair. What does he do to the henchmen? He like takes them out somehow, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember what he does.
He does something to them. They're incapacitated, and they put some sort of blender mode on Mother Brain, and she starts spinning around.
Is it something like Kid Icarus with his arrows?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I think the others do stuff, don't they? They're all doing stuff at this point.
Oh, yeah, Simon's whip does something.
Yeah, Mega Man's got his super strength.
Yeah.
He keeps like boshing.
So they incapacitate the henchmen. Mother Brain's on spin mode for as long as whatever. But they, for some reason, they're like, oh, we haven't got the energy to take her out.
Take her out now. Because we want her for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, we can't do it all in episode 1. So they leave.
Yeah.
Back to the princess's lair, and then it's time for Kevin to go. But then
that's when
he's like,
you gotta take the trash out.
And he's like,
you gotta do your homework.
Hey, the dog's done another mess of poop in your bedroom.
Maybe I should stay for a little bit longer.
And then he's like, whoa, princess, I've only just noticed.
And she gives him a little peck on the cheek, and he is. Oh
yeah, that belt buckle.
Oh yeah, he's doing it. Job
he's having to hold it down.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah. And Simon Belmont is not happy.
No,
so that rivalry is going to continue, and that's pretty much the end of the episode.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam. The first thing I would like to address. Before we talk about anything in the show, is the intro.
Yeah.
It explains everything.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's that scene with real life Captain N playing his game.
Yeah.
That was, you could tell they'd already spent their budget. He's in his room. You can't, there's no sound.
Yeah.
He's just there like moving his head, smiling with his painted dog.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Then these trashy lightning bolts come out and pull him in. That is easily one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that is
it's
the
pretty
worst
terrible.
Pieces of film in history.
Yeah.
But I do think that's the worst thing overall.
Right.
I think it gets you good at the start with that, and then it's easy to enjoy after seeing that.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious at the same time.
It is, yeah.
That dog. I urge you all to watch it. I will post it. Look at the dog's face. I mean, can you not get a dog with a spot?
Yeah.
No, obviously not.
Apparently not. No. Yeah.
Interesting.
He's credited at the end as well, the dog. Like all good dog actors.
Yeah. Captain N's real dog.
Yeah.
It's the only way he would do it. It's humiliating.
It's like, I want the credits. I want my paycheck, Johnny.
But so the concept is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You've got all these different video game lands. They are weird versions of the characters we know today.
Yeah, disturbingly.
Yeah. But we've said this before, how it's weird because obviously back then they were just 2D pixely characters. They didn't talk or anything.
No.
So these are like the first versions, like the first fleshed out versions of Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Of Mega Man,
Simon Belmont.
But not great versions.
No.
Simon Belmont, I kind of liked him by the end in a weird way. He was so annoying that he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Mega Man.
What is going on?
Fat
with this?
Mega Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was him at first.
Yeah, no, neither did I.
I was like,
how could you have known?
That? Yeah, and then he says, first thing he says is Mega High.
Yeah.
And you're like,
what?
It must be Mega Man, but that's not Mega Man. It must be from Mega Man. And then they call him Mega Man. You're like, oh right, he doesn't look anything like Mega Man. He's not even blue.
No.
It's just like
he's got a really weird voice as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got that crazy voice.
Mega Man, meet Mega Man.
Yeah. So he was just, and Kid Icarus is weird.
Very
to
weird.
Look at, like
it's like a bizarre pixie
adolescent
man
baby.
Yeah.
Weird, like.
And he also has his own language where he puts
just
like
Icus at the end.
Yeah, Icus at the end of
It's
everything.
like the Princessicus.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't fit wherever he says it.
Yeah, because he calls like Captain N like the Cavidicus or something, and it was like, what? Like, I don't know what you'd try.
He keeps doing it. Yeah. Well. You know, when you're just like, I get it.
Yeah,
Shut up. Stop it now.
But they don't get it.
No. So some weird decisions.
Very weird.
Let's have a look at some of the characters that are in it, other than those. So we've got those guys. In the second season, we didn't see this.
Yeah.
There is a character called Game Boy.
Yeah.
Which is a human-sized supercomputer who looks like the product.
Again.
That is a Game Boy, yeah. So I would have loved to have seen that.
Just a giant Game Boy.
Yeah.
Giant sentient Game Boy.
That just sounds amazing. So we've got the main villains. Mother Brain is from Metroid.
Yeah.
King Hippo, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Punch Out. He's weird.
Yeah,
he's got like droopy boobs.
Yeah.
Very strange. Eggplant Wizard.
Yeah.
And we didn't see him, but Dr. Wily's in it as well from
right.
Mega Man. Minor villains. So we've got Donkey Kong, who is gigantic gorilla.
Yeah.
The Count from Castlevania, he's in it later. Alucard, who's the son of the Count. Dragon Lord from Dragon Warrior.
Right.
Ganon.
Really?
Yeah. Who I think is similar to the one in the cartoon.
Yeah. It's that voice.
Yeah. So it says here, let's have a look. I'm just reading on Wikipedia about the characters here. So after Link had defeated him recently, he lost most of his power before drinking the potion of power provided to him by King Hippo and Eggplant Wizard, regaining all his strength and power. So he obviously is in it.
Yeah.
So Rebenak, who is a silver armoured knight who serves Ganon.
Right.
Malkil from Wizards and Warriors. And Medusa from Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Other characters, so there's even more. We've got King Charles, who's like, what's her name's dad? Princess's dad.
Right.
Zelda is in it.
Nice.
Link. I'm not sure if that's look, I don't know if it's the same one from the animated series. Yeah, but he is Kevin's idol.
Really?
And favourite video game character.
Oh, nice.
So that's here we go. Unlike his appearance in the Legend of Zelda cartoon, Link is older and portrayed as being more mature, no longer obsessed with trying to steal a kiss from Zelda. So not quite as good.
Yeah.
Wombat Man, a television hero parody of Batman.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Very interesting.
Kid Icarus idolises him. There you go. Mayor Squaresley, who is the mayor of Tetris.
Oh, right. Who knew? Mayor Squaresley.
Here we go. Bayou Billy, from The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Oh, right, yeah. That well-known franchise.
I don't remember that, but
might be worth looking into.
Yeah. Prince Plenty. He rules over Congo land. Dr. Wright, who built Mega Man, and Mega Girl.
Oh.
So that's all the characters listed here. That's a lot of characters for saying.
That is, yeah.
No Mario.
No.
No Mario
it's a weird
characters,
one.
Yeah.
And I think isn't that because it was running at the same time as...
I guess so, but Zelda's in it, but then that might have finished by then.
Yeah. It's a weird one. But they do make, obviously, references to Mario. He kills that Bowser-looking thing.
Yeah.
And he talks about the warp pipes being...
Yeah, he talks about and when they jump on stuff, it disappears.
Yeah, and it
you
makes
can hear
Mario
the coins.
noises. Yeah. It's a weird one.
So a cool cast of characters.
Yeah.
Even if they are a bit strange.
Yeah.
Again, though.
Or ruined, some might say.
Yeah, some might say. But then there was almost no version to ruin.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So I guess it's just an odd start.
But I mean, wasn't Castlevania always like really gothic and like intense?
I don't. Well, it's. I mean, yes, but it was also like just a 2D.
Yeah.
In it, where you just whipped monsters. So
yeah,
they were just giving them some character for a kids show. I
suppose so. Yeah.
The art was really weird, and as much as I kind of don't know if I liked it, I really liked it. I don't understand. I think the animation was surprisingly good quality.
Yeah.
Like it didn't look like, like when you watch Mario and stuff, even though like they look like Mario characters, there's still a cheapness to it.
Yeah.
This felt like a bit more, like I wondered if it was Japanese first.
Oh, right.
It had a bit more of a fluid animation.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't say anything on my research. If you know at home, please let me know.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it's such a weird. It's weird that they took those characters and changed them so much because, like, you know, as we've said before, like if anyone's going to scrutinize, it's going to be the kids. So for them to be like, well, how's that Mega Man? If it doesn't look anything like
because it doesn't
Mega
look
Man.
like that. That is the problem with the as much as I quite like the art, it didn't do its job.
No.
Didn't look like some of them were fine.
Yeah, like you'd probably figure Donkey Kong out.
Donkey Kong, fine. I mean, even Kid Icarus was weird.
Yeah.
But it looked like what you were supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about Castlevania. I don't know how much he looked like.
I don't think he looks like that. I don't think he's blonde. I don't think.
I'm not sure. I think he is. I'm really not sure.
Yeah,
I think he might be.
Is it?
I don't know
maybe
if
thinking
anymore.
of the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know if they've changed it. I don't know much about Castlevania. Mega Man was definitely the worst.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
No, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah.
But yeah, the villains were. I mean, even though I didn't know Mother Brain.
Yeah.
And I don't think she looks like that. I could tell she was a Metroid character.
Yeah. And the stuff in the Metroid thing, like the bats and stuff, like some of them were still like 16-bitty stuff, weren't they? Like they looked pretty
I think
cool.
there was something. I liked how they did the, like, even though it was like product placement to the nth degree, no pun intended. I quite liked his belt with the controller on and the gun, and like they used the Nintendo.
Yeah, that was
stuff.
cool.
I liked how they used the controller, like paused stuff.
Yeah, that was a good idea. I enjoyed that. Like you just pressed up to jump really high, like.
And it was interesting. I did want to see, you know, when he was going to these different places, you do want to see it.
Yeah, you're like, I wonder what that's like when they go there. Yeah, it was cool that they were all tied in. Like, it's just weird that there's only like 4 or whatever. Yeah, yeah. I think they'd leave it to expansion a little bit, so they could just keep tapping into it. But
I think it's weird. It's a strange one.
It is, yeah.
It really is strange. It's a strange show
because like it doesn't for saying they're all hyper popular like games, like most of which are still popular today.
Yeah.
Like it's weird that like nobody really like talks about this. Like it's not it wasn't really a popular show. Yeah. Like
no, it's like, well, I don't know if it's maybe something that we just never got over here.
Yeah.
But I'd never didn't even know it existed until we started doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not something that I'm hearing everyone like bring Captain N back, man.
But it's a really cool concept.
Yeah,
it's got everyone in it. It's like the Smash Brothers of TV. Almost. Like it brings all these characters together.
Yeah.
And it is a time when they weren't anything other than side-scrolling, like storyless. Really, it was just like save princess. I mean, I suppose Zelda had something of a story.
Yeah.
But even then, it was like you've got to save the princess, find weapons.
Yeah.
Save princess. It's it was nothing too complicated.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, they are just making stuff up from scratch. I mean, it was definitely like interesting.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, with that, shall we move on to our ratings?
Yeah.
Okay, so here at Toon Jam, we have a 3-point rating system. Thumbs up, the princess just kissed me, and I've had to pause. Thumbs down.
I painted my dog's face.
And shaky middle. Well, yeah, that entire opening sequence.
Yeah.
So good, bad, sort of, you know, not really sure.
Captain N's living room.
Shaky times. Okay, so Captain N, the games master.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, I think the premise is great. A bit like as soon as I saw it, it was like, oh, it's about a guy.
Yeah.
I think it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Especially because when we looked at stuff about it, it seemed more like it was just a framing show. Like they were just going to show a Mario cartoon and a Zelda cartoon with this guy in between. Yeah. But it was a full-on show.
Yeah, it's probably
not what I
made
expected.
cartoon. And yeah, like I think is a really good way that makes sense that they introduced the real life products and stuff, like, because it's like, oh, he's got a NES controller for a belt. It's like, oh, I actually want to use that. Like can imagine how many people were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it around my belt. Pause. Yeah, that's it. Like it's cool, as opposed to just like creating something in order to sell the toys. It's like it did the reverse with a logical reasoning to it, and so that was really cool. The characters are so weird, and I think it was just more that they were so different from just the pixelated versions of it. It's like, why did you go that far? Seems very strange.
But then I suppose like there is a lot of what we know now as well. Because have you ever seen the early Mega Man covers for the games?
No.
They use real people.
Oh right.
So it's a real man in a Mega Man suit.
That's very funny.
Yeah. So like. It's weird.
I think that's another thing, is like now we're in that world where it's like there is all these like transmedia versions of like things where it's like it's a game, it's a film, it's a comic. Like whereas,
and we know, like, no matter what, we know what they're supposed to look like. Which didn't exist then.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think it's weird. It's like Nintendo just kind of like with the trial for it, and it was just like they didn't quite do it exactly the best way to keep a continuation and just like end up with Captain N. But I think it's a really cool idea, and I imagine as a kid you'd really get into it real quick, because it's like these are all characters like maybe not as well established as the characters you see today, but these are all things you'd seen in your games and enjoyed, and probably want to play more of. And even though the Simon Belmonts of the world were very irritating, there's still like you say, you do want to see what they do next. Like you want to see where they're going, and I think that urge to continue makes it like really makes up for its fault. 10, 9. So yeah, it's really cool. So I think for me, it's probably going to be I think it's shaky middle for me.
Shaky middle.
Yeah, I kind of almost want to go up, but I think it was just there's definitely a cheese to it.
There's problems enough to put you down.
There's definitely several layers of cheese on there.
Yeah.
And characters are not that likable.
Yeah.
And because they were so indiscernible from their source material.
Yeah.
So I think, but otherwise, I think pretty good effort as far as Nintendo goes.
It's weird. It's weird because we've never heard of it, and then I really did expect it to be steamy garbage.
Yeah.
And it wasn't steamy garbage at all. Like it was. I was surprised, as I said, by the quality of the animation, because a lot of them are just, even when you look at like Zelda, Mario, all the other cartoons that were on it, they're good enough, but they're not like great.
No.
And the quality was pretty good for this.
Yeah.
The characters are a bit bizarre, but I don't know. I feel like you'd get used to it.
Probably.
And I cannot explain why I quite liked the art. Like it was almost just weird and horrible enough to just interest me. But I liked the idea of the worlds, and we didn't even see all of them.
No.
which is good because you'd be like, I've seen
Yeah.
more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you got to see Donkey Kong first episode,
Yeah.
which as soon as you saw him in the intro, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong was in it.
Yeah.
I did. I was very surprised by it.
Mm.
It does have its issues, but I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go thumbs up.
Oh.
I'm full on for thumbs up for
That's
Captain
it,
N.
Captain
I
N.
still kick myself to this day for not giving Zelda a thumbs up. So I'm not going to miss out here. Yeah.
That's it.
Thumbs
Yeah, this
up.
is superior to Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, so.
And like the idea that it's got versions of, so they've got Zelda, Link, Ganon in it.
Yeah.
But they've clearly learnt from the mistake they made with Zelda.
Yeah.
And they've said like they took the jokes out with Link.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that episode just out of curiosity.
Yeah, like what is he?
Maybe
what's
we'll
he
go
like
back
now?
and revisit
Yeah.
just to see.
Now he's like, excuse me, princess.
Yeah. Excuse me, princess. Now is not the time for smooching. Yeah. So it just it's a really good idea.
It's such an interesting premise.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's
always,
something. What the sad thing is, we never get it now.
No.
The
'cause
two like
rights and
individual
stuff.
properties.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was just Nintendo,
Yeah.
they don't do cartoons. And
No.
the irony is, it's because of shows like this where it didn't really do much to help their final image.
No.
And if it did like that, they've been lost. So like, still there's people out. I still think when I think of like, if Mario and Luigi were to talk and be normal all the time,
Yeah.
I don't imagine them like the games.
Yeah.
Like, even though in the games you do, but I you imagine them to talk like they did in the cartoon. With
Yeah.
the New York plumbers.
Yeah.
rather than just weird. Let's go.
Yeah.
Which is fine for the odd line, but if you ever see, there's a thing on the internet I've watched before where Charles Martinet is doing the voice of Mario through a big CG face of Mario, and people ask him questions. And it is like he is a disabled child,
Really?
almost in the way he talks. That's quite offensive. Sorry, but like, but he's like childish, like but weird because he's a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
like it's a cartoon, isn't it? Like it's a very
and when he talks normally like that, it's a bit like
it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's like
It's something uncanny.
there's something wrong with Mario.
like too many warts. One too many warts on Mario.
Yeah, and it's just a bit strange. So it
well,
works in some respects, it doesn't. So, which is why I suppose they struggle to do it now, because they've got those images and they clash.
Yeah.
Because they don't work for more than the odd line.
That's it. But I can't imagine there be a Nintendo cartoon now where all the
it's a shame. I would look if they remade, like, we talk about remakes and stuff, and as much as we talk about them, I'm never like super sad they haven't brought something like that. But I would love to see Captain N make a return.
Captain N 2020.
Because it'd be different as well. It wouldn't be the same show.
No.
It wouldn't feel like you wouldn't have to do a reboot.
No.
It'd just be like a new Captain N. Well, I suppose that's a reboot, but you just do it with the new characters and make it a sequel.
Yeah.
Captain N.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite character that no one knows.
I know that no one ever knew. Yeah.
But interesting. This is one of the shows we've watched where I'm like, that is.
Yeah. What we want is him as a playable character in the next Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Captain
N.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be buying whatever console that's on. Okay, so a shaky middle and a thumbs up.
Yeah. Not
bad. Can't grumble at that. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to rate and review us. It really helps us out. Or just tell someone. You know, they might be interested. If you did enjoy this episode, we are doing a video game bonanza on our not quite what the name out yet, but a video game season, let's say, on our Patreon, where we just visit video game cartoons. So should be exciting, should be fun. Otherwise, thank you again for joining us, and until next time, stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam, and if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.